I think also a lot of science is being focused at UC Davis because it can expand versus the schools that are caught up in the city. So you have a vet school, medical school, there's a lot of things to see.
Do you think any of the branches of the faculty are going to use this setting as a platform to talk about it?
Well, no, I don't know what the faculty has in their minds, which is a statement in itself. But I think a lot of people like myself and a lot of departments do try and show what they're doing. I think there's a definite disconnect. People think that this is a school where children are taught, which is true, or young adults, but really it's a research institution, and as the key thing is as people get their undergrad, they go to a graduate program in one of the UCs or here, and they become the next generation of scientists or sociologists or whatever. And it's really a very well thought of school. 4 campuses in the UC system are top 20 universities in the world, and we're right now, because of this fiscal crisis, there's a chance that they may be lost.
Yeah, yeah. Is it? that's on tape. Okay. So what have you guys been up to so far today?
Drinking.
We're just coming on the campus, so we're about to check out.
Yeah, did you see that?
I have to tell you what this guy was showing me, because when I was recording this, I forgot that this is audio, this is not visual. You don't know what's happening. But he was showing me these marks on his wrist. He was keeping track of how many drinks he'd had that day, and this was probably about like at 1 p.m.
What does that mean? Not have drinks.
4 shots, 1 beer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have to make sure I don't want to die.
Oh no! Yeah, that's really smart, actually. Yeah.
Pretty much all we've done so far.
Yeah.
We're drunk.
So are you guys from? Do you guys live in the dorms?
Yeah, we live in Corto. Yeah,
Corto area.
Oh yeah, we live in Corto.
Yeah, cool. I live there. Yeah.
Oh, so you do?
Yeah, I did.
Where'd you live?
I forget the shit.
In Webster.
Webster, that's it. Yeah, hey.
Yeah,
205.
210.
Okay, sweet. Same floor. Yeah, so where are you guys heading right now?
Just
that way.
We're gonna go
go get some free stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't know.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really like your hair. That's so redhead.
My hair isn't red. Does it look red? Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because we're kind of.
Has like a look at that. Panties on the street. The thong on the street, probably left over from picnic day. Picnic day underwear. Yeah.
So this is a friend of mine that I ran into the Monday after picnic day, and she was telling me about one of her friends who had hosted a very large, pretty much public party, and all of the, or most of the alcohol had been bought by these guys that we refer to as the alumni guys, who just basically bought her alcohol so that they could use her house for the day.
What you're comfortable with? Okay, well, I guess I'll go anonymous then, just in case I'm not supposed to tell people about what happened. Right. Is third year at UC? Third year, yeah. Political science major? International relations, actually. Oh, yeah, that's right. Very close to them. Okay. Pretty much the same thing. We actually had a mimosa party at my house, and then I went downtown for the parade to my friend, my other anonymous friend's house, who lives on 2nd Street, and she had a lot of alcohol at her house because all the alumni that graduated 5 or 6 years ago that have babies and families now. And they actually used to live in the house. They used to live in the house, yeah. It's not a themed house. It's not like some organization owns the house. They just happened to have lived in the house 5 years ago.
Wow.
And they contacted the people living there now and offered them like $1,000 to pay for their alcohol for picnic day if they could come there, hang out there, put all their stuff there, bring their kids, park their car.
Bring their kids.
Yeah, there was a baby outside, like an infant.
So like they weren't just coming to like...
Not just coming to party, because they brought their wives and children, but the wives and children were in the front yard, and then the guys, like the alumni guys, would come into the garage and there were like 5 or 6 kegs set up, and they would all, you know, get their drinks, get really drunk, mingle with all the college students, pretend like they weren't 30 years old, I guess, and then get back outside and watch the parade. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, like, that they weren't, I mean, like, even there to really party. I mean, I guess they kind of were, but they were like, we'll front you for beer. That's so interesting. Yeah. Like, I mean, they bought way more beer than even, I don't even know how many kids came through that house. Probably like hundreds of people were coming through that house. Just, okay, not hundreds, that's dramatic. But a lot of random people kept showing up. And just like, I don't know, the kegs, I didn't think they were tapped, like, when I left at the middle of the afternoon. So there was a lot of alcohol there. Yeah, so what time did this thing start? I got there at like 11, but I think it technically started at around 10. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't know, like, on my way over to downtown, it was like 8:45 or something. I saw a bunch of parties just going on. A lot of people went to the grad, because I think it opened at 6 a.m. Is that right? Yeah, I know, I'm sure. I mean, like, I don't know any specifics, but I wouldn't be surprised. I heard, because I asked my friend where her boyfriend was, and she's like, he's been at the grad since 6 a.m.
So this next part is with Natalie Pillen, and she is going to be graduating after this summer. She's an art studio and psychology double major. Like, what would you say to them?
I think, you know, what some of the other people said hits pretty close to what I think it's intended for, at least. If I was explaining it, I would probably say, you know, it's when the university kind of opens their doors to the greater community to show, you know, to show off, you know, to be like, you know, this is what's good about us. This is what we do that's cool. This is what we do that's, like, you know, that we want you to know about that maybe you didn't know about before, and this is why we're important. And so, you know, I think that it is cool to see, like, so many families and kids, you know, out, like, seeing the sights. And I mean, it does have a cool side to it, but, you know, the other side of that, when I would be explaining it to somebody, would be that it's an excuse for lots of people to get way too wasted in public, you know, because, like, it is this novel thing that people who might not normally be heavy drinkers might, you know, take picnic day as an excuse to get, like, extra drunk, you know, and, like, maybe, like, test their boundaries or go past their, like, usual limits. And I think people who already heavily drink use it as an excuse to just do that to the max. Like, you know, it's like St. Patrick's Day, you know, it's like another excuse just to go.
Our St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's like Davis's St. Patrick's Day. And so, and as a result of that, it often becomes a space that's not very safe, which is really interesting considering that's juxtaposed right next to all of these families watching, like, you know, Dawson races and stuff like that. So
yeah, so I think you're, like, in with it. There's 2 picnic days.
But there is crossover. I mean, like, you know, you can say there's 2 picnic days all you want, but they still happen on the same day in the same town in the same space. So, like, you know, even though one person might go for one reason and another person might go for another, they're still in the same physical space for the most part. You know, like, people who are really, really drunk still walk to the Dawson races, and, you know, parents still have to walk their kids to cars past frat parties, and, like, you know. So, I mean, like, there is a commingling, you know. It's not like one is pure of the other.
Right, it's not like they're ignorant of each other.
Exactly. Yeah. And, like, you know, when you're a kid, I don't know how much you're going to be aware of it. Like you mentioned, you know, it was just something you didn't really think about.
Yeah.
But I think also, I have the notion that the drinking has escalated over the years. Like, what it is today might not necessarily be representative of what it was even 5 years ago.